Hi everyone, Gavin here, and it's known as Good Friday today. Exactly 3 years ago, in 2 hours time, I crawled out of my car. I had a Nissan 370Z, had the Multitronic gearbox, it was the 3.7 litre V6 model. Very nice car, loved it, my dream car. Obviously I had my midlife crisis, so I decided to buy it. And it's at that point in my life I've realised that I was going to die. I'd lost the back end of my car, completely swerved, completely drifted. So if you ever watch the likes of Fast and Furious, completely lost the complete back end of my car. And it's at that point when I looked at the bridge and I was drifting towards it, and I should have gone off the bridge. So there I was, 27 years of age, bit of an eccentric, well, I'm always eccentric, but bit of a show off, like the materialistic side of things, and saw that my whole life was going to end there and then. I shit myself. It was the scariest moment in my life, and I've talked about it quite a lot over the years, and to this point I'm going to stop talking about it so elaborately. It's been a big fixation. I'll be honest, for about 6 months after that car crash, it took me a long time to get my head back straight on the narrow again. And like with most business types or entrepreneurial types, I put all my energy and my effort the last 3 years into work, and I've been excessively working as a way to escape. Work for me, really, I do what I enjoy. I love music and fitness. You'll always see throughout history of my social media and videos that I've always been into what I love. I don't really see it as work, because putting in excess of 80 hours a week, every week, for most people would be seen as a job that they'd hate. For me, it's a passion that I enjoy. So I don't mind putting the hours in, but I'd be honest that over the last few years I've really put in a hell of a lot of hours to build up some different fitness related brands, but also working myself as well, self-develop. And I could have gone one or two directions. I could have gone really negative and blamed other people and tried to get really negative about everything in my life, or I could have focused on the more positive side of things, and that's the route that I decided to take and go for. I decided to put all my effort and energy into transforming myself. So when I say transforming myself, I mean I focused on this. My dad always says to me, the best journey I can make is between here. It's 6 inches. It's between here and here, my mindset. And also I focused on improving certain parts of my life. So it's not necessarily materialistic possessions. I've had the flash cars, I've had the extravagant holidays, I've high-fived Michael Buffer in the Venetian in Vegas and party where Busta Rhymes was rapping. I've been to full moon parties in Thailand, I've been to Ibiza, I've been to the Burj Al Arab in the likes of Dubai. I've travelled the world. I've really seen a lot in my time, and for me, having this car crash really was, I'd say, a really, it sounds a bit odd to say this, but it was a really good experience for me to go through, because I don't believe in the meaning humble, by the way. I believe in the meaning hungry. What it did for me, it gave me the kick up the arse that I needed to transform everything I was doing. So as opposed to going down a destructive, materialistic possession route and just being excessively self-centered, some people say I am, but I went down a different route, and all I've been fixated on is helping other people with my work. My work is all about helping people. So in the last 3 years, I like to say that I've helped more people than I've helped in the previous 9 years I've been in the fitness industry. Simply by I had a little shop at Tardebigge Court, which is in between Redditch and Bromsgrove. I then set up a second little outlet right beside one of the biggest gyms in the area, and just genuinely worked each and every day in trying to help people. I went on this little journey of doing what I could to help others, and it took my mind away from the pain and struggles of crawling out of a car and having to go to hospital for a brain scan, and then being told by the structural engineer that my car should have gone off the bridge. And if you've ever been in hospital, guys, this is especially for those little wannabe race car drivers who think they're really cool in their nazzed up, souped up motors. Crashing your car into a bridge and then having your mother there with you in hospital to have your head checked out is not an exciting ordeal. I've met a lot of show-offs in my time. I've been one, and now I just show it off with the muscles, you know, the whole like flexing and posing. I do that for my own confidence, by the way. I don't do it to upset other people or offend people, but that's another subject. You probably see in my early videos that I talk about confidence building and working on your own self. That's another subject again, which I'll come on to in future videos as well. But yeah, it wasn't cool. So if you're a youngster watching this video, if you're some sort of wannabe rude boy with your motor and you think you're all that, it ain't all that exciting when it comes crashing down. And for me, losing the back end of my vehicle, hitting black ice on, I call it Not So Good Friday, 3 years today, losing the car, drifting into a bridge, it wasn't a good thing. But like I say, a few things I've picked up since then was I've gone on this whole like self-discovery journey. Since then I've been to Egypt and I've been on a few travels and done some self-discovery, worked out what I wanted to achieve in life, and like I say, I threw myself into work mode, and thankfully some good positive things have come from it. So I've created Gym Being from scratch, which is a gym wear and sports nutrition brand based in Redditch. Created another brand called Muscle Treats. I've also started to help my younger brother with something we're doing together called Rip Bros. So we're basically helping people transform. And also I've started to build better relationships in the fitness game as much as in my personal life as well. And I'm a bit clearer on what I want from life as well, which has really helped. So I've got a clear vision of where I want to go, both personally and professionally. I don't want to drift. There's a bad pun there, because obviously I've drifted the car, and yeah, anyway. But like I say, the point of this video is just to highlight sometimes we have to go through a load of shit to really buckle down and focus on what's important. And what was once really important for me, which was materialistic possessions, isn't so much now. It's how I can have a positive impact on people's lives, but also on my own life as well. It sounds a bit selfish, but at the end of the day, I've gone on this whole discovery of self-love as well. And I don't mean to the point where I'm just like literally glued to the camera or mirror. Just more of understanding that it isn't a bad deal looking after number one. It is not bad to be healthy and look after yourself. Unfortunately, we live in this society now where it's fashion to be unacceptable to be taking care of oneself. Well, as long as you're doing it in a healthy manner and you're not offending everybody, then that shouldn't really matter. If you're inspiring others to do the same, fantastic. But again, like I say, 3 years ago, pretty much to this sort of time, I was crawling out of a vehicle, which I've written off, and wake up call. So there you go. And if anyone's ever wondering why Gav's been working like he does for the last 3 years, it's because he's been on this self-discovery journey, and he's also been working for a purpose, and also it's been a way to put a bit of mental escapism away. And I've pretty much put all the frustrations of that accident, that incident, into a bit more of a positive light. So hopefully if that's inspired anyone today, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's plenty more coming. Feel free to subscribe. Have a great day.